Do you hate getting money objections on your sales calls? Does it like create constriction and contraction in your body and you just like feel gross or like your stomach's like, oh, I don't want to be a sleazy salesman? If that's you, or if you're like, oh, yeah, I still like get nervous when I hear money objections, or I like hear money objection and I just get off the call, this healing is for you. This came up in my prosperity pod today, and I felt really, really called to go deeper in it and do some healing downloads here and also give you some conscious tips on how to work with money objections because it's actually an opportunity to go deeper with a potential client. And if they are a soul aligned client, they could become a yes. So let's just start off by clearing all the icky energy around times that you've been offering your services, your products on a sales call and you felt that energy, that there was like a constriction, you didn't feel great in your body, you felt sick, you felt around saying anything at all to a money objection, or that you feel like you might have like fumbled or like fucked it up or failed in handling money objections. So let's clear, release, and let go of that completely in all levels, resolving it on a history level. And do you want to know what it looks like and feels like through your higher power to be in your power on a sales call, that you can be a heart-centered leader on a sales call, and that you can bring in more energy of consent and permission and curiosity to sales calls, especially in the objection piece. And if you like that, you can say yes. If you're new to me, I'm Laura McPhee. I'm doing some theta healing downloads. It literally just goes right into your subconscious mind. I am shifting you and me into the theta brainwave where our limiting subconscious belief systems and stories live. We're clearing it out because it doesn't serve you, to realign you with your truth and what is of service and in your highest and best good. So, do you want to clear, release, and let go of any and all times that you were a customer and you felt like you got pressured into doing something, or times where your no wasn't honored, or times where you said no and people didn't like listen to your no and they like kind of picked at you and like bugged you until it became a yes? So do you want to clear, release, and let go of any and all gross, unethical, abusive, harmful experiences that you've had where your no wasn't honored, especially in sales conversations? And if you'd like that, you can say yes. And let's also open it up to any and all conversations where your no wasn't listened to or honored, or you defaulted to a people pleaser mode or defaulted into a more fun response around it, that we can clear, release, and let go of all the trauma, soul trauma, frozen energy completely in all levels, resolving it on a history level, and sending all of your parts so much love around this, allowing your higher power to show you the lessons you were trying to learn from these experiences, allowing the lessons that are ready to be marked as complete now. And if you'd like that, you can say yes. And then you can take some deep breaths, visualizing yourself being filled up with your higher powers, bright white light, unconditionally loving energy. And you can just like breathe and receive that. Or if you need to like tap your chest, make some noise, slush it off your body, shake it out of your body. Making some like really deep vibrational sounds on your exhale. Getting that cleared out. Okay, so okay, I'm going to preface this by sharing that this is for humans who are heart-centered business owners who deeply care about themselves and their impact in the world, their clients and the impact that they have on their clients, and want to only be in win-win-win containers with people, where your client wins, where you win, where the world around you wins. And that's pretty fucking revolutionary because we've lived in a world for a long time, and a lot of people still have scenarios where there's a win of a company making money, lose the person who's buying it, and lose for the earth. So example, like a company that pollutes the earth and sells someone maybe not the healthiest product, or it has toxic chemicals in it and it's technically creating dis-ease within that customer. So they win, they make money. It's lose exchange for the person who buys it. It's also lose exchange for the world around. So we're like living without that. What I'm speaking to is only the heart-centered leaders who deeply want to be an ethical win-win-win, full body yes exchanges with their soul line clients. That's the container we're speaking to. So in that container, it's really incredible to have sales conversations that really deeply connect you with your soul line clients' needs and wants and desires, their pain points, their challenges, the obstacles that they're facing, their dream life, if they could like have infinite magic genie wishes, like what that would look like and feel like for them, getting clear on their life, their next level, their next couple levels that they desire to shift into and transform into in your coaching container or healing container or practice that you're doing. So once you get to know all of that and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm such an excellent fit for this client. Like I could literally help them with all their pain points and get them to their desires. And I've helped other clients do this and it would be just, it's such a perfect fit. Then we're in the, okay, let's talk about your offer and do they have any objections to it? So we're going to narrow in on the money objection because it's one that a lot of spiritual entrepreneurs recoil at, feel all kinds of stuff in their body for themselves personally, and also that they've like witnessed in others. So we're just going to take a deep breath, knowing that you're safe right now, and that you get to practice these things and that you get to like honor past versions of yourself that did whatever you did at the time. Like when we know better, we do better. So just like breathing into you're learning something new potentially, or we're like planting a seed for you to like have a aha in the future, or I'm reminding you of a thing. So the objections are actually opportunities to showcase your tools, your coaching, your healing modalities, whatever like tools you have in your toolbox. The objections is like literally the time to show them. So it's an enrollment conversation where you're not doing coaching and healing, but after you share your offer, and if they have an objection, this is like the best time to share your fucking superpowers, your experience, the tools in your tool belt, the modalities you have. Like, this is the time to go because the objection that they have to your particular program is likely an objection that they have in their mind to why they don't have the thing anyway. So it's a really cool thing where it's like the obstacle is the way, the obstacle is the opportunity, the objection is the opportunity. So there's a really great quote that I learned from Emily Utter. I did Sales Power from her. It's an incredible course. And to double check that the money objection is really about money, you can ask, if it wasn't for the money, would you be a yes? If it wasn't for the money, would you be a yes? Because if they're a yes, awesome. That's great to know. It truly is a money objection. Then we can get creative with them with payment plans or extended payment plans or ideas of how this could work. Or maybe you like shift into a downsell for them. Like there's a lot of ways that you can get creative with money objections. Once you're clear, okay, yeah, if money wasn't a thing, they would fully be a like hell yes, full body hell yes for your program. So with a client that I was working with today, she was like, I feel like my no wasn't honored and people just kind of like try to like push through and go past it. So if that has been your experience, or if you're like, ooh, I want to be like really sensitive to that, I'd invite you to like get permission, get consent to work with people on it deeper. So you can ask questions like, I'm curious about that. Are you okay if we explore that? Could we dive deeper into that? Could we use one of our modalities to support you and where that feels sticky for you right now? And then you can showcase how incredible you are with the things. And then you can also be really creative with your people, because sometimes if they're like in their shit, they don't necessarily see how it's impacting them and how it will continue to impact them. Because sometimes people can get in a habit of like kicking the can further down the road. And if we're not improving, things tend to be declining. So another thing that you can help your potential clients see is the current cost that not doing anything is having on them. So you can also ask them questions and be curious about that. What has this problem cost you so far? And then you can also bring it into like short, medium, or long term. If you don't focus on fixing it now, what could this cost you in the future? So, like for sex and relationship coaches, if a couple is in a sexless marriage, they're kind of feeling like roommates, and they're foreseeing that they might get divorced, a $5,000 program is nothing compared to half of their money if they get a divorce. So looking at it that way, it's like, oh my gosh, I of course need this or something to move me forward. They definitely want to like go off the hill into that space. The person I was working with today does a lot of like healing energy for people who have diseases with their body or medical conditions. So it's like, okay, you can literally look, what has this disease cost you so far? And medication and hospital visits and days off work and da 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 da. And then we can look at the not physical money things of like, how much is it costing you being inside, having to like recover and recuperate instead of enjoying the nice day, instead of going out with your family or your friends or your grandchildren? What's it literally costing you to stay stuck in this pattern? It's going to continue to cost you if you project that out into the future. And for some people, if their health is really declining and they're not choosing to prioritize it, it's like it could cost you days, weeks, months, years of your life. Like, how valuable is that to you? If you want to bring it back to money again, it's like, okay, how many more days could you be doing work and da 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 da, and like you can cost benefit analysis it that way. So it can be really, really, really loving and supportive for you to kind of like open up your potential ideal clients' eyes to the costs that are already going on and the costs that could be incurred if they keep kicking the can down the road and not choosing to prioritize it right now. And they could still be a not right now. And then you could be like, great, I love that. When do you foresee it will be the more optimal time? Because sometimes they'll have different things and stuff going on in their lives. So you can also invite them to look at that. And sometimes by looking at that, they're like, oh, yeah, well, I did this last year and I did it the year before that and I did it the year before that. And there's never really the right time. And I never really choose to it. So yeah, if it's not now, it's going to be never. So I'm going to do it now. Like you can also support them in leading them to be the empowered beings who are like, oh yeah, now that I like see it all laid out on the table and I'm aware of it instead of just like being in it, now I can like see the forest through the trees and be like, oh, okay, now that I have all those things laid out really clearly and I'm facing it, yeah, I am ready to do the thing. Or maybe they're ready to do a payment plan, or maybe they're going to be ready in 3 months from now once they like save up a little bit more. Or there's so many ways you can support your clients with us. So if you want to know what it looks like and feels like through your higher power to be an energetic stand for your soul line clients to enter your world, that you know what it looks like and feels like to lovingly support them with acceptance and compassion, and that you can allow yourself to be curious and supportive during their process in the enrollment conversation. And if you'd like that, you can say yes. And do you want to know what it looks like and feels like to bring in more consent, bring in more checkpoints during your enrollment conversation so that it feels more smooth and more ethical and more aligned for you and your potential client? And if you'd like that, you can say yes. And do you want to clear, release, and let go of any lingering stuff around sales calls that have been icky or gross, or not wanting to be a sleazy salesman or not wanting to be like one of them, that we can clear, release, and let go of all the charge around that? And also, do you want to know what it looks like and feels like to forgive yourself for any and all past experiences that you've done as a coach and that you have done or co-created as a client? And do you want to know what it looks like and feels like to forgive everyone else who is simply an actor on your stage as you tried to learn that lesson, so that you can move forward with a clean slate and with freedom from this forgiveness to the life that you're desiring, to the business that you're desiring. And if you'd like that, you can say yes. And again, shaking anything off, tapping your chest. Big exhales. Feels like this is like moving through a lot for some people. So we can integrate all those changes. And I can also offer you a general healing for any and all other areas of your body, life, and business that are ready to be healed right now and fill you up with your higher powers, unconditional love, compassion, peace, and prosperity. And if you'd like that, you can say yes. And you can take some really deep, deep, deep cleansing breaths. I'd love to hear in the comments how that feels for you, how your body's feeling around it. Anything else you've called to share. And if you have anyone else in your world that has had some like ickiness around sales calls, especially the money conversation, I invite you to share this with them so that they can like benefit from the healing energy and feel more empowered in how they can support their clients in moving forward. And also like I invite you to celebrate people's no's, like really get in the space of like you're honoring a sacred no, and that you can like really ground into how important it is that people say no and that it's honored and that you get to be that person for them. And you also get to like honor and celebrate their yes. Like it gets to be a good energy both ways. Oh my gosh, I want to go on and on and on about this. And I'm feeling like creating more content around this. So if you have any other areas of your like sales process or making more money right now that you want support with, definitely let me know, put it in the comments. And I'm also feeling into a new masterclass. It's been coming through and definitely feels like it's going to have more like money, sales, revenue, cash flow energy to it. So if you want to be one of the first people invited to the new free masterclass in the comments, and I'll make sure that you're one of the first people invited to it. So sending you so, so, so much love as you move forward on your journey, and wishing you so much luck and sending lots of love as you enroll your soul line clients. Bye.